Hello guys, today we're going to discuss about solving quadratic equation by finding the square root. We've discussed already how to solve quadratic equation by factoring and by graphing. Let us now find the solution or solve quadratic equation by finding the square root. Let's start by defining what is a square root. What do we mean by square root? A square root is a number which produces a quantity when multiplied by itself. Okay, so there are different kinds of radical number. One of them is a square root. You actually have square root, cube root, fourth root, fifth root, and so on. So we are going to focus on square root, wherein the index here is 2 and we don't write 2 for an index. Okay, so square root is, the index is 2. This is what you call the radical symbol. This is your index. In this case, the index is 2, since we are talking about square root, and the number inside is what you call the radicand. So when you say square root, we are looking for a number that produces, when you multiply it, produces the radicand. Example, square root of 9. Okay, so since the index here is 2, we have to look for a number that multiplied twice to itself. Since the index is 2, twice to itself, that gives you 9. Now we know that 9 is equal to 3 times 3, right? Now you are multiplying 3 to itself twice, right? And that is equal to 9. And we can also rewrite 3 times 3 as 3 squared. These are all equal, right? 3 times 3 is 9, 3 squared is equal to 9. So I can rewrite 9 as 3 squared. And you can just simply eliminate the index, or the radical symbol. Since this is 2, you cancel exponent also, so that is 3, right? We are eliminating it because you can actually rewrite square root of 9 is equal to 9 raised to 1/2. Okay, the radical symbol square root means the exponent of 9 is 1/2. Now if you are going to write 9 as 3 squared, so 3 squared raised to 1/2, that is actually 3 raised to 2 over 2, which is equal to 3. Right? So that's the reason why. I just want to explain it to you. So if you have the square root, by the way, it's positive and negative. Why is it positive and negative? Because positive 3 times positive 3 is equal to 9. You can also have negative 3 times negative 3 will also give you positive 9, right? Or negative 3 squared is also equal to positive 9. So you actually have two answer, one positive and one negative. So if you have square root of 25, that is square root of 5 squared, right? Because we know that 5 times 5 is equal to 25. So the answer here is positive and negative 5. Okay, another one, let's say square root of 100. So we know that 100 is also equal to 10 squared, because 10 times 10 is equal to 100. So the answer is positive and negative 10, or plus minus 10. Now you can also use the calculator to find the square root. So how do we use the calculator? Okay, so if you have TI 83 or 84 plus, you can use your calculator to solve for the square root. Okay, so how do we use that? Let's say you have square root of 9. To use TI 83 or 84, okay, so just press or click or press second, and then x squared. See here, this is square root. So you have to press second first, and then this one. Then you will get the radical symbol square root. Then type 9, enter. It will give you the answer. Okay, so it's positive and negative 3. Okay, another one. So let's say second square, let's say 100, enter. Okay, so that is 10. So positive and negative 10. Okay, so that's how we look for the square root. Now how do we solve quadratic equation using square root? Okay, so let's have the following examples. Okay, so you have, let's say you have x squared minus 9 equals 0, and we are solving for the value of x, right? So when you are solving for a quadratic equation, you are looking for the value of the variable. Okay, so x squared minus 9 is equal to 0. Here, we are going to solve for x. Okay, to solve for x, we want to isolate x on the left side of the equation. That is our aim. We don't want negative 9 here. So we know that if you want to eliminate plus or minus, all you have to do, if it's minus 9, we are going to add both sides by 9 so that we can make this equal to 0. So we know that already. So what I want to do is to eliminate negative 9 here. So what I will do is I will add both sides by 9. Okay. So I can cancel this out, right? Because that is already 0. So I have x squared is equal to 9. Now, this is not yet your final answer since you still have the exponent 2. We want our exponent here 1. Okay? We want it to be x raised to 1 or x. Right? So to do that, we are going to apply finding the square root. So how do we get the square root? Or how do we eliminate x squared here? Square the exponent 2 here. To eliminate that, what we are going to do is to get the square root of x squared, because we know that we can cancel 2 here if we are going to get the square root, right? So I will get the square root of x squared. Now when I do that on the left side, I should also do that on the right side. So anything you do on your left side of the equation, you have to do that also in the right side of the equation, like what you did here. If you add 9 here, you also add 9 on the right side. Now, so this is, you can now cancel the exponent and the radical symbol here, because square root of x squared is equal to x, because we know that x squared is equal to x times x. So that is multiplying a variable to itself. So therefore, the square root of x squared is x, which is x here. And what is the square root of 9? The square root of 9 is, that is square root of 3 squared, right? We cancel out that. That is x is equal to positive and negative 3. So the solutions are positive 3 and negative 3. Alright, let's have number 2. 3x squared equals 75. Okay, we want to isolate x here, so I don't like 3 here. Since this is 3x squared, which means 3 times x squared. Since the operation is multiplication, the opposite of multiplication is division. So to eliminate 3, I will divide both sides by 3. So 3x squared divided by 3. If I do that on the left side, I should also do that on the right side, right? So this is already cancelled because that is already 1. So 1x squared is equal to 25, right? Now this is not yet my final answer because I still have the exponent 2. So I want to eliminate that also. So what I will do is I will get the square root of x squared, right? If I do that on the left side, I will also do that on the right side. So I can now cancel here x squared, I mean the square root, or the symbol and the exponent 2. So you have here x, and the square root of 25 is plus or minus 5. Okay, so that is negative 5 and positive 5. Okay, next. 5x squared minus 45 equals 0. Okay, so again, we want to isolate x. To isolate x, we have to eliminate negative 45. Okay, so I want this 0. To make this equal to 0, I will add both sides by 45. Both sides means from this equal sign, this is the right side, this is the left side, right? So that's what we're doing. So add both sides by 45. So I can cancel this because that is already 0. So 5x squared is equal to 45. Now the next expression that we need to eliminate is 5. I don't like 5 here because this I want to isolate x. So this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. Right? So I will divide both sides by 5. So this is cancelled already. So x squared is equal to 9. Right? Because 45 divided by 5 is 9. Then I want to eliminate here the exponent 2. To eliminate the exponent 2, again I will get the square root of x squared. If I do that on the left side, I will also do that on the right side. Okay, so this is now cancelled. So x is equal to plus minus 3. So negative 3 and positive 3. Alright, next. X minus 5 squared is equal to 49. Okay, so as you can see, you have here a parenthesis. That means that both x minus 5 is raised to 2. Okay, so you cannot eliminate negative 5 here by adding both sides by 5. You cannot do that because it is inside the parenthesis. So the first thing that you need to eliminate is the exponent 2. Okay, so you can eliminate that, then you eliminate 5. So how are we going to do that? Okay, so since we are eliminating the exponent 2, what we will do is to get the square root of x minus 5, okay, the whole binomial, okay, square of binomial. And if you do that on the left side, you have to do that also on the right side. Okay, again, we are eliminating 2 here first because of the parenthesis. You cannot add both sides by 5 immediately because of the parenthesis. Alright, so we can now cancel here 2, right? So you have x minus 5 is equal to the square root of 49 is positive and negative 7. Okay, so since you have two values for 7, one positive and one negative, you have to solve the value of x separately. So how do you do that? Okay. You have x minus 5 is equal to positive 7 and x minus 5 equals to negative 7. So you have to split this to two equations since you have two values for 7. Okay, I hope that's clear. So we have to solve this first, the first equations, x minus 5 equals 7. So I want to eliminate negative 5 here, so I can isolate x. So plus 5 plus 5. Cancel this, that is already 0, so x is equal to 12. Okay, do that also on with the other equation, x minus 5 equals negative 2. So we are going to add both sides by 5, so this becomes 0. X is equal to negative 2. So the solutions or the value of x are negative 2 and 12. Okay, next. 6 times x minus 3 squared minus 4 equals 20. Okay, so how are we going to solve this? Okay, so we want to isolate x here. We don't want negative 4, we don't want negative 3, we don't want 6 and this exponent 2. So we want them all eliminated on the left side. So to do that, we are going to eliminate them one by one. So the first expression that we need to eliminate is minus 4. So to do that is I will add both sides by 4. This becomes 0. So what's left is 6x minus 3 squared is equal to 24. And then the next one that I need to eliminate is 6. I cannot eliminate negative 3 yet because you have a parenthesis here. Then it is raised to 2. So I will eliminate 6 first. Okay. So to do that, since this is multiplication, I will divide both sides by 6. I will also divide this by 6, right? So this becomes 1. So 1x minus 3 squared is equal to 4. because 24 divided by 6 is 4. Now it's time for me to eliminate the exponent 2. You cannot eliminate again negative 3 yet because of the parentheses. Okay, so to do this, to eliminate the exponent, what I will do is I will get the square root of x minus 3 square, and I will also get the square root of 4. And then, you can now cancel this out, so x minus 3 is equal to positive and negative 4. Because the square root of 4 is, by the way, this is 2. 2 plus minus 2. And then, since you have two values for 2, you have to separate that. X minus 3 is equal to positive 2, and x minus 3 equals to negative 2. Add both sides by 3. X is equal to 5. Add both sides by 3. X is equal to 1. Right? Let's have number 6. Let's have the last one. 2 times x plus 2 square is equal to 18. So the first thing that we need to eliminate is 2. You cannot eliminate the expression 2 inside the parentheses because you have parentheses and the exponent 2. So you have to eliminate this first. So 2x plus 2 square over 2. You have to do that also on the right side. So this is already 1, so that is 1x plus 2. So don't write 1 for a coefficient, is equal to 9, right? Because 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now you cannot eliminate 2, you have to eliminate the exponent first. So x plus 2 squared, to eliminate 2, you get the exponent 2, you have to get the square root of x plus 2 squared, so I can eliminate this. Now if I do that on the left side, I will also do that on the right side. So this will become x plus 2 equals square root of 9 is plus and minus 3, right? Now this is not yet your final answer because you still have 2 here. I will split that. X plus 2 equals positive 3 and x plus 2 equals negative 3. So subtract both sides by 2, so I can cancel this. X is equal to 1. Subtract both sides by 2. X is equal to negative 5. So the solutions are 1 and negative 5. Okay, I hope this is clear and you practice. You can repeat the video, do it on your own first, and then see if your answers are correct.